I am 84 years old, and watching a man with a pacemaker and titanium knees swipe on Tinder like it's a life raft is the most tragically pathetic thing I have ever witnessed. You are 55, maybe 65. You are sitting there right now in the dark. The harsh blue light of that screen is washing over your thinning gray hair, illuminating every deep line around your tired eyes. You are paying for premium subscriptions, lying about your age, uploading photos from a decade ago, just begging for a digital ding from a total stranger to prove you aren't invisible yet. I'm going to tell you the brutal truth that your own terrified ego refuses to let you see. You feel it, don't you? That hollow, gnawing ache in your chest. The bitter taste of cold coffee because there is no one across the table. Don't you dare swipe away from this video. Put the damn phone down. Because what I am about to tell you is exactly why chasing passion at your age is a slow death sentence, and how you are destroying the only thing that will actually save your final years: absolute peace. My wife Sarah died in the winter of 1998. Black ice on the interstate. One phone call, and my entire world was reduced to ash. We always thought we had time. We kept putting off having children, waiting for the perfect moment. And suddenly, there was no more time. Just me. In a 4-bedroom house that felt like a tomb. The silence. God, the silence of a house with no children, no wife, no future. It is a physical weight. It sits on your chest every single night. I lived in that suffocating ghost town for 15 long years, until the loneliness completely broke me. My ego couldn't handle being an old, forgotten man. So, like a fool, I turned to the internet. I downloaded those apps, and there she was. Elena, 30 years younger than me, beautiful, vibrant, intoxicating. She looked at me through that screen and told me exactly what a desperate, aging man wanted to hear. She told me I was handsome. She told me I was strong. I felt alive again. I ignored every single red flag. I ignored the expensive dinners she demanded. I ignored the designer bags she casually pointed out in store windows. I ignored the temporary loans to help her pay off her debts. You see, gentlemen, she didn't love my gray hair or my life experience. She loved the security that I spent 40 years breaking my back to build. She didn't look at me with passion. She looked at me like an ATM machine. A pathetic, lonely, walking bank account. When she finally bled my savings dry and vanished, I wasn't just heartbroken. I was stripped of my dignity. I realized I had traded the honorable grief for my wife, just to be used, mocked, and discarded by a parasite. I am 84 years old now. You would think that at this stage of the game, the circus would finally pack up and leave town. You would think the illusions would stop, but they don't. The internet, it is a forest full of very patient hunters. Even now, with my hair completely white and my hands trembling when I hold my coffee, my phone still buzzes. Young, stunning women in their 20s and 30s. They proactively reach out. They send messages. They have 100 different scripts, a wrong number text that suddenly turns into a flirty conversation, an accidental bump at the upscale grocery store, and the words. They always use the exact same words. They tell me I am distinguished. They say they are so tired of boys their own age, and they just love how elegant and mature I am. But let's stop and use the brains God gave us for just 1 second. Look at me. Seriously, look at me. I am over 80 years old. My skin is like dry parchment. I take a handful of pills every single morning just to ensure my heart keeps beating until dinner. My knees sound like crushing glass when I stand up from this chair. Why in the name of heaven would a vibrant, beautiful 25-year-old woman in the absolute peak of her physical prime genuinely desire a man who is closer to the cemetery than to his college graduation? She doesn't. It is a meticulously crafted lie. She doesn't want my elegance. She wants my estate. She isn't looking for a partner. She is looking for a shortcut. And listen to me very carefully. If they are running these exact same plays on an 84-year-old man, what the hell do you think they are doing to you at 55, at 60? You sit there with your expanding waistline and your fading hairline, actually believing that a 28-year-old fitness model swiped right because of your charm. You are not charming, my friend. You are a target. You are a walking, breathing retirement fund. You are so terrified of the silence in your empty house, so desperate to prove you aren't dead yet, that you are willing to buy the illusion of love. You are renting a smile, and you are paying for it with the very last shred of your dignity. Let's be brutally honest for a second. I am not going to sit here and pretend I don't understand the biology, science, psychology. They tell us that a man's visual drive, his instinctive attraction to youth and beauty, it doesn't just magically switch off when his hair turns gray. Mother Nature wired us that way. The body might grow weak, the joints might ache, but the ghost of that desire, it still lingers in the mind. I get it. I really do. It is human nature. But let's not blame biology for everything. The second reason you fall into this trap is much darker. It is your ego. The sheer, terrifying need to possess something shiny and new, to prove to the world and to yourself that you are not obsolete. You are terrified of the silence. You are absolutely paralyzed by the thought of living and eventually dying entirely alone in a house where the only sound is the refrigerator running. You want a trophy to stand between you and your own mortality. And the third reason, the saddest one of all, you simply haven't learned how to find joy in your own company. When the hustle of your career ended, you were left with an empty calendar and a hollow chest. You haven't discovered the profound, quiet satisfaction of planting a tree, getting dirt under your fingernails, and watching life grow from the soil. You haven't found the peace of getting lost in a good book as the sun goes down. You are using the cheap drama of dating apps as a distraction, because without it, you don't know what to do with your hands or your time. You are trying to fill a spiritual void with physical illusions. Listen to me. Peace isn't found in a young woman's forced smile. Peace is found when you finally become a man who is entirely comfortable sitting in an empty room and being completely okay with the man looking back at him in the mirror. So here is exactly what you are going to do. And I am not asking you, I am telling you. As a man who almost lost his soul playing this pathetic game. Number 1, take your phone out right now. Delete every single dating app. Cancel the subscriptions. Stop paying monthly fees to strip away your own dignity. Cut the damn cord. Number 2, understand this brutal truth. Dating a stranger is not going to make you happier. It is never going to magically inject meaning into your life. There is a whole world out there filled with actual, meaningful work that desperately needs an older man's wisdom. Mentor a kid who has no father. Volunteer. Build something that outlasts you. Stop chasing cheap thrills and start giving back. But before you do any of that, I want you to go buy a bouquet of flowers, whatever kind she used to love. Drive out to the cemetery and stand there in the quiet grass in front of your wife's grave. Look at your wife's name carved in the stone and thank her for coming into your life. Silently thank your wife for the real, flawed, beautiful love she gave you. Apologize for cheapening her memory by acting like a desperate fool. Reclaim your honorable grief. Gentlemen, the clock is ticking. You have very limited time left before you must say goodbye to this world forever. Do not waste your final chapters playing a clown in a young person's game. Choose absolute peace. Go do something that actually matters, and walk into the sunset with your dignity intact. Make it count.